For the first time in history, players are being paid to play in the Ryder Cup. Team USA has decided to receive payment where Team Europe has said, we don't want to get paid. We want our payment is the experience. Okay, let's dive in. And thanks for listening, by the way. I really appreciate all of you who listen and watch to this podcast. Please leave your comments below. They are read by many people for numerous reasons. One main one is people in the powers that be they want to know what your opinions are. So this is like a great way to make sure your voice is heard. And changes do occur because of many of your comments. So leave your comments below as you respond to this podcast. Also, if you haven't done so already, please sign up for the newsletter that I send out, and we give you discounts, deals, things like that are in that newsletter that come out. As we get them, we pass them on to you. Thanks so much for listening. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Here we go. Team USA has decided we want money. How much are they getting? All right. It's very interesting because not only are they getting money, but many of the players have said we're donating our money to charity. All right. That's a whole can of worms here we got to unpack. First off, how much are they being paid? They're getting the captain and each player is getting $500,000. $300,000 of that is going to a charity of that person's choice. $200,000 is received by the player. So when the players are being asked in press conferences, hey, is this money going to charity? A lot of people said they're giving money to charity. And some players are like, yeah, it's going to charity. Others are like, hey, what we give is none of your business. It's personal. It's confidential. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. It should be. And other players are saying kind of a vague answer like, well, that's the plan. Is kind of what I've heard, to sum it up, which means plans could change, in my opinion. So we'll see how that unfolds. But again, it's really none of our business who they give the money to or how much they give or if they give. But here's what I want to discuss, and I want your thoughts on this. For a number of years now, we've heard rumblings about players wanting to be compensated for participating in the Ryder Cup. It's time, it's out of their schedule. It's, like any other event they would go to, they would be paid. Especially if it's like a signature event these days or a no-cut event or something special, they would be paid to attend. So that's what kind of this is something outside of their schedule, a little different than normal. So they would typically be paid for this. But this is different. This is kind of like Olympic level, World Cup level, something that you earn your way into. So being paid isn't necessarily like the reason you try to get on this team. You try to get on this team to represent your country. So Team Europe voted. They came together like, okay, do we want to get paid? And they said, no. The experience is our payment. That's why we do it. With that, I believe, you tell me, it seems like a camaraderie, a band of brothers comes together, a whole nother level of unity because of the fact that they have something else as ammunition to fight with against Team USA. It's like, we're not taking the money, they're taking the money. Let's use that as fuel to help us march into victory. As if they need any fuel. They've done a pretty good job beating up Team USA recently. They won the last one. They lost a few years ago in Whistling Straits, but they've kind of had USA's number. Again, they just have another log to throw on the fire to fuel their camaraderie. Team USA, as we know in the last Ryder Cup, the whole Patrick Cantlay hat situation where he wouldn't wear a hat. And it was speculated that it was because he wasn't being paid. So he wasn't going to wear Team USA when he wasn't being paid to wear Team USA. And who knows the real truth? Cantlay says that's not the case. The hat just didn't fit his head right, whatever. And so he couldn't, find it within himself to yank the thing on his crown. Instead, he just chose to not wear it. And it just, the crowds erupted. They gave him just the craziest time. So now Team USA is being paid after many years of saying, hey, we should be paid. We should be paid. Here's what's interesting. Now, people are saying, well, I'm giving my money to charity, and charity's going to receive the payment. But nowhere throughout the time that Team USA has wanted to get paid did they ever say, you know what, the money I get should just be for charity. It's always been, I should be paid to play in the Ryder Cup. But now, all of a sudden that you're getting that, oh, no, it's for charity. Now it's for charity. That I find interesting. But it's not just that it's for charity or not for charity. Like me personally, I don't mind if you're paid. Pay, I don't care. I don't care. Be paid $1 million. It doesn't really matter to me. What I think is interesting is that you're clamoring for payment for so long, and then you get it, and then all of a sudden, oh, charity. It's not for me. It's for them. It's for the charity. So what are your thoughts regarding that? One, do you think that Team Europe is going to rally around the fact that they're not touching the money? No. Is that going to help them? And is it going to be a negative for Team USA, where maybe some guys aren't necessarily on board with the payment and they're getting it, and then some crowd, European crowd, starts chanting at them about it, heckling them a little bit, and will it be a point of contention among Team USA? Where some guys are like, man, I didn't even want it. Now I have to deal with this, and I didn't even want to get paid, but I'm on the side of getting paid, and so I'm being thrown into this. I voted against it, is what I'm saying. There's going to be players who voted against it and those who voted for it. Is that going to help tear the team apart? Whereas if they're just no money, there's really nothing to kind of tear them apart, because it's not you rally around the other part of it. So that's my question. Leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts here so that we can have a good understanding, good conversation about what is truly important here as a Ryder Cup. Is it getting a little bit of money? Charity's going to benefit at some level. The players certainly don't need the money, but what they need is a common ground to stand on. Is this going to be one of the things that rattles Team USA and helps lead Team Europe to victory? Your thoughts, greatly appreciated. Thanks for listening. See you guys soon.